Raleigh, North Carolina, ASTE. We're here for the incredible weekend that we always so much love. Harry White, First Class Automotive. Hi, Harry.
Hi.
So this is a phenomenal business here in Raleigh, in an industrial kind of complex.
Yep.
And you started how many years ago?
1983.
In 83. And we're going to show you a picture of the
original shop.
The original shop. It's right up front when you walk in.
Yeah.
And I love your story about how many bays did you have then?
We had 3 bays, really.
3 bays.
With
all right.
4 guys working out of 3.
Narrate this picture. Explain to us what we're looking at here.
Yeah. So that's the original shop truck, and that was my business partner's car at the time. The original sign is the back third of that shop is all we had when we opened up, and that was that for 3 years. We took over the whole shop. We were there until 1990, and bought this property and built this building in 1990.
So
been here ever since.
Were you kind of unemployable, meaning you had to start your own business?
Actually, I was at engineering school
No.
at North Carolina State.
Really?
Doing this part-time. I'd been tinkering with BMW since I was 12.
Got it.
Had a great brother-in-law who was a BMW nut, got me involved with it, and I was the kid that was reading Road and Track magazines and Hot Rod instead of reading books when I was young. That's just who I am. I'm a car guy.
There's nothing wrong with that. What a great business that you have. Serving the Triangle since '83.
Yep.
Beautiful logos. I love how you've done this weight room. And let me just sneak in here and try one of these beautiful leather chairs. I don't care how long it takes to fix my car.
Nice and firm.
Nice and firm. Could be here all day. We have coffee and obviously Cokes and waters. Do customers?
And you can tell we've already had weights in here this morning.
Yeah, I mean, look at open magazines.
A little
and everything.
disheveled, yeah.
When it was COVID, did you have them? Were they gone?
Yeah, we didn't have really anybody waiting during.
Yeah,
COVID.
nobody waited, so there's no reason for magazines.
Yeah.
So interesting, beautiful waiting room.
You get resourceful though. That's where you come up with your night drops, and we have pickup boxes.
I saw that.
You can just stick the keys in there and give them the code, and they're ready to go.
So touchless kind of thing. I mean, are people paying with their phones and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do text to pay.
Text to pay.
That's a shopware thing, which is
great. You have shopware.
Yeah.
Love to find out how you're liking it and how you're integrating it. We're going to see Carolyn Cocolette here. She's teaching a class tomorrow here at ASTE.
Right.
Of course, a great partner with our show, and Carolyn, smart lady. You're in her 20 group, I hear.
Known her for a long time. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Love the window, being able to look out at the shop, and wait till you see what else sits behind these walls. This is just not the only shop. I think I counted like 8 bays here.
There's 13 in this, and 3 out there.
13 and 3 out and back.
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna go into the office, show you the service area, talk about some software, and get a great shop tour. But first, here's a message from Dorman.
Dorman Products creates hundreds of new automotive replacement products every month. Part of what makes Dorman so unique is their ideation of new and innovative products. They have dedicated teams all across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada looking for new product ideas. Since every solution starts with a problem, these teams of researchers, field analysts, product specialists, and contributors consistently visit repair shops and make field calls. Now, this is to best understand the problems the industry is facing. In certain cases, Dorman will manufacture aftermarket replacements so you aren't forced to go back to the OE. Other times, experts take it an additional step, further solving what made the original part problematic in the first place. Solving for a problem is what powers the innovation engine at Dorman. Dorman invests in these OE fix innovations to help you save time, your customer money, and prevent vehicles from coming back to your shop. Want to know more about Dorman? Visit dormanproducts.com/tour.
Back with Harry White from First Class Automotive. Tell me about this counter and your entire setup back here for service.
Well, we're not hiding anything to start with, so that's why the window, which you've already noticed, want to be able to have people see what's going on. Customer counter. We've talked about actually redoing this where you don't even have a counter.
Yep.
and you're both side by side
Yeah.
in what we do. But we can turn
You can
the
still
screen
swivel it
around.
and
Yeah,
show
we can
people what's going on.
we do a little bit
Yeah.
of that. So
Those are called kiosks.
Yeah.
And the hotel industry started that a long, long time ago. I'll never forget it. It had to be, maybe it was longer than 10 years. You'd walk in and there was no big counter. In fact, I saw that at the airport this morning. JetBlue had these little mini towers where the scale was.
Right.
And we got on Delta, and Delta had this long 8-mile counter. And you've got to notice that kind of stuff. And to Harry's point, that's a trend of intimacy that I think is big.
where you're not opposite sides of the counter. Yeah.
You're not opposite, yeah.
Yeah. So, but this has been designed like this. This is undergone a few changes over the years. We used to have a cabinet over here with some display cases, which didn't get used that much. So
It's nice, I like it. Look at that.
Yeah.
License plate thing?
yeah, license plates for the front. We had to get rid of the plate frames a while back because North Carolina said that if you covered up anything on the plate, like the North Carolina or the date,
No, really?
yeah, they would give you a ticket. So we just got rid of them.
Interesting. Oh, the laws at every state are so different.
So, everybody's different. That's
So
right.
your daughter is your service advisor?
She is my
Manager.
office manager.
Office
Right,
manager.
Right. And then I
Excellent.
have 2 service advisors.
Now, the estimates and stuff are done in the back, but this is where the customers interacted with.
Exactly. When they're dropping cars off,
Okay.
this is where the conversations happen.
Excellent.
When they're picking cars back up, this is where it's point of sale, all the money's here.
So you're Bosch.
Yep. Well, and this is going to change. If you've talked with any Bosch service centers, they're scrapping the Bosch car service program. I don't want to get into this because this is something that Bosch is rolling out, but that's something that's going to happen within the next year or two.
Wow.
That you heard it here first.
First class? You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's getting ready to change.
A man of firsts.
Yeah, we used to actually have a Bosch sign on the front that I just had removed.
I love this. Okay, great. You do tires here, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tires, alignments. We do everything except we don't paint. Don't do paint and body.
Is this utilized for back and forth, or is it just for observation? Okay,
With the idea that it would be, but it's not necessary.
got it.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of room here to be organized and to lay stuff out.
Yeah, we've got plenty of space, and the techs have their own shelves out here that have got their parts, so their stuff's out there.
Whose dispatches the work?
We all do, actually.
Okay.
This is something that we just talked about this past weekend at the meeting, that investigating different ways of doing things. But so the 4 of us have what we used to call it a board meeting because there was this big board rack of repair orders. Now it's an e-board, an electronic board meeting where we just go over the schedule, go over what's already here, what's coming in, and try to plan out the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Service advisor?
Service advisor, office manager.
No parts person?
No, they both pull double duty.
Got it. I get it.
I made that switch years ago after visiting a member shop in Denver.
Look at this. It says wash. Every car's washer's a wash bay here.
Yeah.
Why is it that just the high-end shops are doing this? Why isn't everybody, so they could be differentiating themselves in the marketplace? And does every dealer wash? I don't think so.
Most of them do.
Really?
It's value
but
added.
the upper end cars.
Yeah, but value added service. I mean, the reality of it is, you can get a car back. It's been serviced. You've spent, I don't know, $200 to $1,000 to have maintenance done. The car was no different when you got it back than when you brought it in. You get it back, it's washed.
Make that
It's just,
difference.
it's a different car.
You put any kind of tchotchke stuff in there, a bottle of water or anything?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. We just wash and vacuum, and that was a bug zapper.
The bug zapper. Every shop needs a bug zapper. Remember that.
It's a little scary because it's a high-powered one. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, you're doing paintball.
yeah,
Nice little mini parts room. It looks like just all the fast movers, right?
yep. That's it.
And by the way, the parts zapper, or the bug zapper. There it is.
Yeah.
And here's Harry's office. Let's go in there.
Okay.
We're in the Harry office. Hey, I walked in, and one of the first things I noticed was right over here. These are solar panels.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are we using them for?
They're, more importantly, uninstalled solar panels.
Okay, I get that. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, it's for I have a rooftop tent that's 200 watt solar panels that will provide enough power to power a cooler. I have a GoSun cooler that will even make ice, believe it or not.
Excellent.
Yeah, so when we travel, I put it in the car, can plug it into the car, run it there, run it off the battery pack inside, and then I've also got a table that's got solar.
You know, you bring up such a great point. And again, I'm not necessarily a tree hugger. EVs are coming. There's so much talk about solar.
Oh yeah.
Should we, as an industry, be looking at something like that?
Well, there's a couple of guys in my 20 group. One of them has solar, did it when he built his building, and he's got like 0 energy usage because of it. It's amazing. And another guy who was in Oregon did it very early on. He sells back to the grid. He actually makes money off of it. So
he doesn't have a big windmill in his place.
No wind.
It's just solar.
Just solar, right.
Wow, that's
solar.
amazing.
Yep.
We've seen those solar panels, those 40 acres of solar panels, where I think most likely it's all sold back to the grid.
Yeah, I'm sure. Solar farms, yeah.
All right, well, thank you for that little bit of a diversion. I appreciate that. So, as far as, you were really excited to tell me a few things about Shopware. How does that really help in your entire business, getting to see the numbers? I mean, you just traveled. You just told me you took a road trip to your 20 group. You were probably totally in touch with your business, seeing what's going on, because it's cloud-based.
It is. It's cloud-based. That's one of the biggest advantages. So while I was there, I took one afternoon and was able to. I send all of our guys their times, their labor times every day, their billable hours.
All right, yeah.
So I'm able to run the report, run the billable hours, email it to them, and I did that all from the road, like I'm sitting right
And
here.
it takes how long?
That takes about 30 minutes.
30 minutes, because you're going to really sit down. Is it from the phone or your laptop that you're doing it?
Laptop.
You're doing it from your laptop.
Yeah, the phone's a little bit clunky.
Okay.
It's tight.
But it
So
could
when
be
you
done.
move
It could be done. But
you can. So you can check it, but trying to do things with the phone is more difficult. But laptop works much better.
I totally get it.
The size of the screen and everything.
There's so much there. What else is really helping you run and grow a great business, because you've got a great SMS package?
Yeah, Shopware. The reason we purchased it really was because of the customer-facing side of it. It is, without a doubt, one of the best one out there, from what I can tell, as far as what the customer sees from their end. And it's so easy for them to go in and look at the repair orders, authorize it, pay. It's just a simple thing to do. As any software transition, it was painful at the beginning. And I decided to do that also in 2020, which was probably not a great idea, but yeah, I've gotten used to it, and they also do a great job of updating it. You'll send them requests. This is what I like to see. They'll respond back to you. They do a good job. Yeah.
It's a great idea. We're working on it, and then all of a sudden one day it's there.
Right, and we try to do that as much as we can. Send them requests for features. And they're very good. They'll respond back. And they'll say, well, it's either in the works or that's a good idea. Hadn't thought about that yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we were seeing the customer-facing stuff. It was last Friday, I believe. We were with an independent networking group in Buffalo. There had to be 25, 30 people in the audience. And one of the shop owners that has Shopware, we had it up on the screen and was showing this group what that software does for them, and it was pretty exciting to see what was going on. So that you appreciate all that.
Oh yeah. No, it's been great. It was initially, like I say, any transition from one software package to another. I've only done it 3 times, so shops tend to not do it because of that.
Yeah,
it's a very difficult exchange.
That's interesting. You've done it 3 times.
I'm old enough. The first software I had was DOS based.
Oh,
Wasn't even a Windows format.
it was green screen?
No, it was GarageKeeper, which was a pretty good sized program.
But green screen just discusses the fact that no matter if it was white or green letters on a screen, but that's all you got.
Right.
No graphics, right?
Okay, no.
Just green screen.
Well, no
letters.
graphic interface at all.
No graphic.
I mean, you just keystrokes.
Love this place. Let's go inside and see what's going on in the shop.
All right.
We're in the shop here at First Class Automotive. What do you think this thing is worth for a technician? What's he got invested?
with everything in it.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, that's not his only box, but that's probably $100,000, I would bet.
See, it's amazing.
Yeah.
We're a skilled trade. And you know the story, the electrician, the plumber, they go out with a van, and what is there? Maybe $15,000 or less
Right.
invested on that box.
Right.
And the technology isn't changing anywhere on a daily basis as we are. We need new tools, new equipment. We're in this amazing industry, so it begs the point of pay, technician pay.
Right.
You had told me in the office, you got a great benefits package here.
Right. Right. Yeah, we do. I mean, as I said, we offer the same level of package that a dealership would have. So we pay healthcare benefits, retirement account with a contribution. We up to 3% of the income we'll match. We do the uniforms. Vacation days are great. I even give the guys their birthday off every year. It's just an extra day, extra paid vacation.
Trace, let me ask you, could I have my birthday off next May?
If I can have mine off, mine's first in March.
Go ahead. Yeah, no problem.
What if it's on a Sunday though?
Why do...
That actually does go to the next Monday.
All right. Okay, we'll have to rewrite the policy.
Sorry about that.
Oh, man. Yeah. Are you looking for techs? Do you need anyone?
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've got an interview Friday that I set up while I was out of town at the last meeting. Luckily, I've got 3 other candidates that I need to follow up with. But yeah, industry-wide, we're all looking for techs.
Harry, would you be as successful as you are had you not joined a 20 group and made a commitment to be a perpetual student?
Probably not. I mean, that's a big part of understanding the business and how to run the business. The technical side was always easy for me. I was a tech. I started out just like a lot of these guys. I started out in the shop. But making that transition into the office and understanding the numbers and how that works is not everybody does. I mean, not everybody makes that transition successfully either. So,
and let's just assume you're in the top 20% of the industry. Well, that next 80, all we hope in this that we do is advance the aftermarket, is to get this message further down so that we can continue to elevate everyone, to get stories like Harry's told and say, wow, he was a tech, started out with a small 3-bayer, you wrenched,
right.
And then one day the opportunities started to happen for you because you started to learn to be a better business person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot to it.
Oh my God. We have subjects that we can talk about for the next 10 years if we had to in our industry. And then by that time, technology changes, strategy change, and we just keep going. So Thank you for that.
Okay.
The shop. This is a nice little 3-bayer here, right?
Yeah. This is actually, that's a good point. This is almost what we started out with.
Yeah.
This is almost all we had in the first shop that we had. I never even thought about that.
It's the 3-bayer.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's airy, it's clean.
Yep.
I guess you were telling me the guy who actually leads here has COVID, right?
He does. He is out with COVID this week. Yep.
I imagine COVID still continues to be a factor in our world.
It is amazing, yeah. And ironically, you'll hear people that have had not so difficult times with COVID, and I've had 2 or 3 people here that had a terrible time with it. And so it's your DNA. I mean, it depends on how it affects you, but he's having a pretty rough go.
I know there's all HIPAA laws about the privacy of healthcare and everything, and I get all that, but I may just be going against the grain by saying, I haven't had it yet.
Ooh, should have never said that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's probably going to happen now.
That you know of.
That I know of.
Well, true.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe it was the Cabernet that I drink at night that masked it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if you heard Tracy. She said it cleanses. Yes. And look at this. This looks like it's fairly new.
Yeah, it is fairly new. It's could stand to get cleaned up, but working with tires can be a dirty job.
Yeah, it is. It sure can be. Beautiful, beautiful equipment. I mean, you basically almost have this duplicated in the other shop, but this is is the latest and the greatest.
Yeah.
How is this whole touchless thing?
It's amazing. It's complicated. So the training on it is critical. Once the person is up and going, they love it because this piece of equipment, if you ever watch them demonstrate it at SEMA, the guy's in a coat and tie and is spotless. He's got a little thing he swabs and lubes up the tire, and tire falls right on and it falls right off.
Let's save our backs and have a tire lift, right?
There you go.
Yeah, honest to
Tire
God.
lift.
Right? So do you stock tires?
Not a lot. You see that's all we keep, and they're pretty much pre-sold.
This is I haven't seen an aggressive tread pattern like that. I mean, I haven't been in, I'm not in the tire business anymore, but I used to be years ago. What's this for?
I just put a set of these on my wife's car. That's the car I drove to Milwaukee and back. They're unbelievable. That's the new Michelin. And we first looked at it and go, how can this tire not be just incredibly noisy? And they're not.
They're not.
I'm shocked.
You
I
talk
really am.
about moving water. I mean, that thing moves water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. Those are big SUV tires there. But
Great.
yeah, that's
great.
actually been a really good tire.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Look at. Are we air conditioned?
Oh yeah.
We're air conditioned.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, you have to be air conditioned.
Yeah. Okay. I knew the answer
You
to that.
picked the perfect day, though. I mean, how did you plan 70 or 72 degrees to come by for an interview?
Because we're from Buffalo and it's been raining for the last 3 days and
Oh, man.
50. So we knew that if we weren't going to jump into the Niagara River and go over the falls, we had to come here.
Yeah. Well, and you're here, and now the SCE this weekend, the hurricane's supposed to be coming through here.
I know. And
So hopefully it's going to just be rain. I think that's all you're going to get.
I was concerned that we weren't going to get out on Sunday, but I looked at the forecast and it said that it was just supposed to be rain Sunday. It didn't say anything about winds or anything.
Well, I think if there's anything left, it's going to go west of here.
It's going to go west?
Yeah, in the mountains,
West.
which is crazy.
Interesting.
But it happens. Yeah.
So it's going to bump into Florida and it's going to change course northwest. Wow,
Yeah. Well,
interesting.
one of my daughter's birthdays, we were supposed to go camping in the mountains. Crazy enough, we went to the beach to get away from the hurricane
Okay.
because it came up through the mountains.
Yeah, wow. All right. Well, you guys learned to live with it. I remember we were here, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and there was, I think, one of the hurricanes just, I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but there was a lot of shop owners that we knew that were devastated by. I can't remember which
Around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were. I've been through so many of them, I can't even remember the most recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, we just get the tail end, the tail end of rain. The wash bay,
Yeah.
oil storage, used oil. Oh, this isn't new oil. Yes, it is new oil.
That's new oil. That's used oil. That's new oil.
That's new.
Those are both new.
Okay. And you're vacuuming, So you're really doing almost a soup to nuts.
Wash and vacuum. Yeah.
The whole you have a digitized quality control
Yes,
program here.
I do. That's one thing that works well on the telephone. I haven't got my phone in my hip pocket. I'd show it to you. So I did a quality control, a QC checklist that goes on every car. So I go sit in the car. Usually it's me. We're cross-trained. Everybody could do it in the office, but those guys are really busy. But the owner goes out and drives your car every afternoon.
Here it is. I heard him say, "Well, I may dispatch and I may do a QC."
Yeah.
Are you? Come on! Aren't you just taking it easy? Aren't you getting in your daughter's here and aren't you?
Those guys. Well, I was gone for a week.
Okay.
It's still here. Right?
Did you hear that? See, and that's smart. But I'm sure you're the kind of guy. I'm back, and I got to jump in.
Yeah.
Deep into the pool, right?
Well, I did spend the whole morning going through emails and doing reports. So yeah.
Yeah, and just trying to lock this date and the time down, unbeknownst to me, he was in Milwaukee for a 20 group. He drove there and back. He's on the road, and so thank you so much for doing this. This is a beautiful shop. We so enjoyed being here, and if you're ever in Raleigh, this guy I'm sure would have you stop by and say hi and give you a tour and just talk business.
Come by anytime.
Thank you. Hey everyone, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.
All right.